In this video, we're going to implement a complete modular and scalable audio system for our Unity 2D platformer. We'll walk through everything step by step: background music, sound effects, a reusable AudioManager, and audio UI controls, as well as some best practices for clean and future-proof audio. Let's get started. First thing we need to do is, especially for audio heavy games, is create our folder file system. So in here, in our projects folder, we have an audio folder. Let's go ahead and add some more folders in there. We're gonna need a music folder, and we're gonna right click, create folder, and add an SFX folder. And then in our scripts, we are going to have our AudioManager script. So I'll go ahead and go to our scripts folder, create mono behavior script, and we're just going to type in AudioManager so that we have that already set up. Alright, what we're going to do next is drag in some files for our audio. But I want to talk about where I get them from. So right here, right? I do not have the ability to make my own audio. I do have some folks that work with me that do create audio, and they're actually going to be working on a new background music track for the channel videos, which will be kind of fun. I'm looking forward to that. But prior to knowing somebody that does audio, I was getting them from here, soundimage.org. I was also getting sound effects from freesound.org. Okay, these are royalty free, but you do need to do your due diligence and give them credit for it. That's why in the descriptions you'll always see music by Eric Matthias and then the website, right, just to give him proper credit. And then in games that I make, when I was using the sound effects, I would be annotating or giving credit to the people whose sounds I used. Now for this video, I did download some free sounds from both SoundImage and Freesound. Alright, let's take a look at those. Alright, so we got our sounds here. These ones that don't have the numbers are all from background music from soundimage.org and stuff that Eric created. This is Explosion 7 is not music. That actually is in fact a sound effect. He does have a few of those on there. These guys right here with the numbers, these are all sound effects downloaded from freesound.org. So Delta Code created this item pickup, M. Ricky created the player hurt that I'm using, Cabled Mess created the jump sound that I'll be using, and Michelle 88 created the deaths sounds that I'll be using. Alright, let's get into our audio folder. Let's go ahead and we're going to start putting these in their places. So I'm going to grab all the sound effects, and I'm going to drag them over here on top of a sound effects folder and drop them in there. I'm going to grab all of the background music, put those over here. I'm going to make sure that the ones that need to loop are looping, so I'm going to click on each one, and let's see. Oh, that's going to be when we drag them in, I think, is where we set it up for looping, because I don't see it here. I just want to make sure. So, alright, yeah, that's fine. Alright. So, what we do want to do, though, is that for these, that our load type is set to compressed in memory. Okay. For the sound effects. And then the music, I don't know if Unity 6 actually. Whoops. Yeah, go ahead and save it. Alright. let's see, and then streaming for the load type on the music. Go ahead and press apply. Alright, now for the design of our audio system, what we're going to need is background music. What we have is background music, which will play automatically per scene. Sound effects that will be triggered when gameplay events happened. We're going to need one manager, which we created. We just got to code it in. Open that up while we can. Alright. We're going to need the player one shots are going to be what's going to be used for the sound effects like jumping and damage. We'll be creating some volume controls, right? And then persistence as well, so the AudioManager will survive the scene transitions. Let's go ahead and start creating though. In our scene, we're going to go ahead and right click, create empty, and we're going to name this AudioManager. And then let's go ahead and zero it out. Right there. We're not going to tag it. We're going to, so we don't need to worry about that. Okay. We do need to add some audio sources. So what we're going to do is right click and we're going to add two audio source components. So go to audio source. This one's going to be called music source. This one is going to be called SFX source. Source. Alright, both of these we should turn off play on awake. Music source needs to be looped. Alright, now in our AudioManager script, let's pull that up. Let's get to coding. Alright. We're going to turn this into a static instance. Headers in there. Learn how to type. That'll work too. We need a reference to our music source and a reference to our SFX source. We're going to have a reference for an audio clip, that way we can have it playing. And we can add, we might actually change that later on. I don't know. Rather than just having a bunch of audio clips, maybe we can make it an array or something. But we'll go with this because we only have 2 levels. So actually, let's just do this. We'll add the second level too. Now let's go back over here and finish typing. Oh. Might help if I added the other quotation mark. Why do I have insert? Apparently I pressed insert at some point. Alright. now that we got we'll save all of our variables set up. Alright, let's go ahead and start filling out our methods. First thing we're going to want is the await, not awaitable. We want the awake function, and if we're going to say instance is equal to null, just to make sure that it, in case it tries to destroy it in transitions, we're going to make sure instance equals this. I'm going to say don't destroy on load this game object. Otherwise, if there is one, then destroy the next one that it creates, because we don't want two of them in our levels. We only want one. So now that we got that, let's go ahead and go into our start method, and we're going to tell it to go ahead and play music from level 1. That way it can start off playing it. Now, we don't have this play music function yet. We're going to create that right now. We're not going to need this update. So, but what we are going to do is say public void play music. It's going to be, we're going to pass an audio clip, and we're going to call it clip. Alright, and in here we're going to say that if the clip is equal to null, then don't do anything. However, alright. So if the music clip is equal to null, so if there's no clip in there, then don't do anything. Otherwise, the music source.clip is going to be equal to our music clip that we're passing here. We're going to say that the loop needs to be true on whatever clip is in there. That way, in case we forget to check it, or it guarantees that it loops. And then we're telling it to play the music source. Alright. The next thing we're going to want to do is public void play SFX, and we're also passing an audio clip, which we named clip as well. And if clip is equal to null, then don't do anything. Otherwise, SFX source play one shot clip. That way it happens one time. Alright. Now let's go ahead and save this and get back into Unity. It's going to be compiling, so give it a minute. Alright. Now that we have our AudioManager, we can drag that in here. And we have all of our stuff here, right? We need to assign the music source, which will be here, and the SFX source, which will be here. Then we need to assign the background music. So let's see here, what do we want to use? I don't know if you guys can hear that, so let me try to move the mic closer. That's pretty catchy. So we can go ahead and use that one. And then let's see, that one we can use as well. The Ice Cream Man is what it's called. And then let's go into our SFX folder. let's see here. This one is death. There's the jump. Alright, so jump, death, or enemy death rather. Let's see, do we have a hurt one? I think we got a hurt. Yep, we got a hurt one. So player hurt. Let's see. There's the item pickup right there. Alright, now we got those. So now let's go ahead and set it up. What we need to do is go into our scripts. Let's look for our pickup, and we're gonna say AudioManager.instance.play SFX, and we're gonna say AudioManager.instance. What do we call it? SFX pickup. Alright. SFX pickup. So now let's test it out. When we pick up the item, we should hear the sound play. So we got the music playing, right? Music is playing. Alright, so the cherry did play the pickup sound. I don't know why the gem didn't though. Are those on two different? I didn't think they were. Oh yeah, I put it on health and then score item. So I can just take this for right now because I don't have two different ones for it. Throw that in there and that'll work like that. Let's see, what else do we need? Player control. If we're going to do the jump, let's see. Alright, there's the jump function. Oh, that's the jump function, yeah. Input.get key down. Alright, so we can do that and just paste that in there because we already had the SFX, right? And then change this to SFX jump. Now let's see, where is my enemy? There it is. Where do I want to put it? We're gonna say right here, above here. AudioManager, and then SFX, and we're gonna say enemy death. The other thing is we're gonna go here, health manager, take damage. I'm gonna say there, and SFX hurt. There we go. Alright, so all I did was I was just copying and pasting it because the code to play the SFX is going to be the same. The only thing that's going to change is the variable that we're using. So now if we play it, you're going to hear my voice go silent because I know that sometimes when this is playing, you can't really hear me talking during the microphone. So alright, so there's a little bit of a glitch there where the enemy died and I died at the same time. There we go. Alright, all of them work, all of them play, so that works. Alright, so this is already 20 minutes. I don't know. I may wait for the volume controls actually till we create the no, we can do the volume controls. I was gonna do like a pause menu. Yeah, let's wait. We're gonna wait on the volume controls. So I want to create a pause menu, and that's gonna be in the next set of videos where we actually create menus. So we're gonna hold off on that, but we do got the audio working. It's working pretty well. I think the only thing that I might need that we should add is a transition so that it plays the level 2 music when we get to level 2. Let's see, we never put a level switch in here, did we? Did we? I don't know. I don't think we did. So, alright. That's what we're going to do then. So, we're going to cut it off here. And what we did is we created a AudioManager. We added a music source. We added some clips to it. It plays the clips. It plays the sound effects. We incorporated the sound effects into our codes. We have a hurt script for when the health manager, or when the health manager is triggered, to take damage function. So when the player gets hurt, we have a jump sound effects for when the player jumps. We have some sound effects when the 2 items are picked up. Probably should have downloaded or incorporated 2 different ones, but that's okay. And then when the enemy dies, it also plays a sound. So that's it for this video. In the next video, what I'm going to do is create our level transition, because for some reason I forgot that, although I could have sworn I did. So I apologize for that. We'll do that in the next video, as well as connecting our audio music into playing for level 2. And then after that, we will do our menus: main menu, game over, as well as a little victory screen, and our pause menu. And in the pause menu, we'll add some volume controls for our music and our sound effects. All right. But until then, keep learning, keep building. I'll see you in the next video.